Yeah, what's up, guys? I just want to make a quick video on this because I just had a discussion about this with someone on Instagram that I know, that I went to school with. I stayed back in kindergarten. Okay. I've got the paperwork from 1991, which would have been probably when they realized I had to stay back a year. Um, Short-term attention span and difficult focusing in the classroom. Okay. Again, he does have a short attention span. Okay. Wow. The neurologic examination reveals a head circumference of 51 centimeters. So, they measure your head. I guess I was no Einstein. He's right-handed. His extra colic okay, hold on. Extracoacular movements are full. Fundi are unremarkable. There are no papilloма. Visual field are intact. There are no diplopia. Speech could be understood. Hearing's intact. Strength was good. Reflexes were 2 to 3. Toes were down going. It was difficult for him to do fine finger tapping. Okay, fine finger tapping. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Geometric designs were copied with some crowding of the fingers. Odd, because I used to be pretty good at drawing. Later on, art was something I'm into. He had a great deal of this should say difficulty with symbol recognition. That's baloney. That wheel horse symbol out there, I can remember it right now. Exactly what it looks like. It's a horse with a tire under it. So that's bull. He guessed at many of the letters, even letters in his own name. Okay. Well, what was it? Kindergarten? When do you really start learning your alphabets? Grades 1 through 3, all that? First grade, maybe? Second grade? He could... Okay, what else was there? There was evidence of word finding difficulties as well. I've definitely overcome that. YouTube and being on camera has helped me with the whole finding words. Better words to use. I can admit that there was times when I had trouble communicating, but that was more due to shyness, I'll get into that. He could answer some simple WH, I guess that got cut off questions. Why questions? I don't know. Including some how and why. Where, maybe? He's impulsive, easily distracted, and fidgety, and this is evident even during the testing in a one-on-one situation. Okay, I'm a young kid. I've got a lot of energy. I get distracted. Big deal. Basically, at all this, I'm fidgety. That's what I'm hearing. The positive findings of this exam indicate neurologic impairment. Why? Because I'm fidgety, and I had some geometric shape copying issues, and let's see, impairment and perceptual impairment with features of attention deficit disorder. That's when I guess they were still calling it just ADD. Douglas has difficulties with fine motor tasks. See, I'm not sure about that one, but I don't think so. Definitely not now. He has a great deal of difficulty with symbol recognition. We already heard that one. He is impulsive and easily distracted. This was May 1991. This is when when they went over the top with the whole ADD, overdoing the ADD. What are they gonna do? They're gonna determine what to do with me. So, basically, this allows them to say I'm neurologically impaired and receive quote-unquote help. With regard to the attention deficit disorder, ADD, drinking coffee and other caffeine beverages may help. I've been doing that for a long time. and I do drink coffee. Ritalin was recommended and started. This was 91. I was born in 85. I took that crap for a week. That stuff was poison. You know what I told him to do with that crap? Throw it in the trash can. That's what I told him what to do. Whoever this person is, signing off. Okay, you know what the outcome of this bullshit was right here? It was special ed. It was a class with just 10 boys, all the way up, grades 1 through 5. You know what that did to me socially? You know how badly this affected me socially? As far as my just ability to socialize, especially with females. It destroyed it. Okay, then there was high school. They slowly got me out of there, okay? By middle school, they were starting to put me in regular classes. They had me in some half and half classes. By high school, I was in mostly full classes, regular classes. Couple with, they had an aide in case I needed help, which I never asked for, usually, because I really didn't. One or two where I was still stuck, like algebra. I was still in a smaller class, but at that time it was boys and girls. But the big thing was we moved from the elementary school that this one was written at. We moved to a different elementary school area. I should have been in a totally different elementary school. I was still going to that elementary school. That was bullshit. Okay. And if you're going to do this whole special ed thing, you don't have to do all just boys. You put boys and girls together so that they can still learn to develop socially. This right here was the biggest bullshit mistake ever made. I don't know if they're still doing it to kids. I think they are, but I can tell you, screw that. Anyway, high school, no, 0 skilled trade classes. So what did I do? There was nothing I was involved in that I wanted to be involved in, really. I didn't like it there. It felt like being in a prison. It really did. So I took co-op to get out and went to work. But anyway, here comes college. 2 years I did. All on my own. Start looking. What do the grades say here? B plus, A minus, A, B, A, C plus, A minus, A, B plus, A. All this. And I don't think that's all of it. I think there was more. I did it all on my own. GPA, cumulative, 3.67. I used to get letters that said, congratulations, you made the dean's list. This and that, with 0 help. Oh, here's three more A's. Here's 3 more A's and a B plus. Some of those might be repeats, I don't know. But this one right here, this master one. Okay, I got a couple C's. Algebra 1. All right, I did have some trouble with that type of math. No doubt about it. But I was getting through it. English composition. The first time I took English, I didn't really like the class. It was an evening class. I didn't like it that much. Look at English composition too. A. So you could see for that one, it was mainly the teacher and the time of day. Human anatomy and physiology. I actually ended up taking that over. 1, I took it over and got a B plus. And there's the second one, I got A. I actually liked that. And human anatomy and physiology is just like any kind of system. Human body is a system. A snowblower is a system. You know, it's a bunch of parts put together that do things, right? Your brain makes you think. Your heart pumps your blood to your brain. right? Your hands. Well, I mean, I could go on and on with your kidneys. I mean, I learned all of it. It was good. I liked it because I was on my way to doing. I was going towards, I wanted to be an occupational therapist, help people who got hurt and they lost their ability to do stuff as far as an occupation. 2012 came, shit hit the fan. I left college. It's all good. This proves, though, that this right here is a load of absolute crap. They didn't have to do it this way. Okay, yeah. Let them stay back 1 year, give them time to catch up, and then put them in classes with normal, put them in regular classes with boys and girls. And if they needed to, then you have an aide in there just kind of help assist along. Because I can guarantee I would have been fine. By the time 93 rolled around, I'm sure all this nonsense I would have outgrown. Okay, I've always been fidgety, okay, impulsive. The main ones about the easily distracted and hyper. They didn't even talk about the hyper in here because this is so old. They're not even talking about the hyperactivity yet. They changed this from ADD to ADHD. Although I've seen online where they still talk about the two as different. I definitely had the hyperactivity too. That's why I've started taking that Adderall to help me as an adult with adult ADHD. Because I've got it, right? And I drink a ton of coffee. I'll wake up and drink damn near a pot of coffee to myself. But the bottom line here, the point I'm getting to, is this is bullshit. They failed me in elementary school, and then they failed me again in high school. This same school system that claims that they're the blue ribbon greatest school around failed me, okay? They failed, and I'm not saying failed me as a grade. They failed me. Who else did they fail? Who else did they push through with this nonsense? Is all I'm saying, right? I could have easily learned. It's evident that I have the potential right here. You see what I do. I'm mechanically inclined, right? I've got a brain. So this didn't help me at all. All this did was slow me down and hold me back socially. Okay? That's why I'm 36 and single, because I was shy. It was harder for me to talk to females because I wasn't around them from 1991 to like 1996 or 7 until I went into middle school. Okay? And then boom, all of a sudden I was with them. All right. So 6th and 7th grade were kind of tough only because, I was getting used to that whole situation. 8th was 9th I got it together. I had it together. And half a 10th. And then 10th I screwed up and started using drugs, which brought that way back down again. But half of 10th grade I would have been the year 2001. 10 years after this bullshit. Okay? So, my point is, if I ever have kids, they're not going through this school system. If they try to pull this stunt where they say, oh, your kid's not able to learn quick enough, and, he's holding, I'm going to say, nope, he's staying in the regular classes. And if they, and for the people who do really need that special needs, that, can't stay with the masses. All right, you make a special section, but you don't put 10 boys together. You do boys and girls so they can develop socially together. That was a huge mistake. I don't know what they were thinking about back then. This is pre-computers, too, by the way. Computers for me didn't come into the scene until, like, honestly, ninth grade. Was it even ninth? 10th. Junior high school, I remember using computers more. So, I don't know where they keep calling me a millennium. I'm Gen X. This is all Gen X talk right here. But, point of the story is it's bullshit. They were overdiagnosing ADD and ADHD like crazy. Just because somebody's a little bit fidgety, has a little bit trouble distracted when they're really young, might be a little bit hyper. It's natural for a lot of kids to be that way when they're young. They grow out of it. I grew out of most of this. They destroyed me with this crap right here. And they should not have kept me in that elementary school. I should have gone to the elementary school that I moved near. And I guarantee you, I would have been fine in regular classes. Because this proves it. I didn't do that great through that whole school system. I went out on my own. Why is it all of a sudden I was doing amazing? What's that show you? It shows me, it proves to me, that school system sucked. So, at the end of the day, I just want to make it clear. Don't let your kids get pushed around. Don't let them try to stick them in special classes and feed them drugs. All right, fight that shit. Because I know if I ever have kids, they're not going through that school system, and if they ever try to pull this stunt,